There is nothing wrong with your internet. Do not attempt to adjust your settings. We are controlling the podcast. We control the squealing and the screams. We can make your heart flutter, your eyes blur from tears, or sharpen your mind to crystal clarity. For the next hour, sit back. We are in control of what you hear. We repeat, there is nothing wrong with your settings. You are about to experience the awe and mystery known as the female mind. You are now entering the Fangirl Zone. Hello everyone and welcome to Sci-Fi Talk on the Fangirl Zone, a podcast where we discuss shows on the Sci-Fi Channel. I'm Sean, Fangirl S.
And I'm Steve, and today we'll be discussing episode 13 of season 5, the series finale of Van Helsing.
So...
that happened, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I didn't think it was the best episode that they've had. And I feel like the finale should kind of like blow us away.
I can understand that. It definitely was not anything that I was, having Vanessa take the darkness inside her, that was the only option. I really didn't see that either Violet or Jack could do it. Yeah, they could have done it, but I think they would have both been turned to the Dark One. They wouldn't have been able to control it. So that didn't really surprise me much. I think the biggest surprise was Ivory going out on her own.
Yeah, it's like, okay, so great. Everything's coming together. People can have their moment and breathe and have some happy time together. And it's
right.
Like, nope. Wow.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely set up for like a spin-off though, if they wanted.
Right.
So I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen going forward. If that's a thought, I want to know if that's pretty much how it ended in the comic books or if the comic books are still going, because I don't think I ever found them. I was looking and I never found it. So if anyone knows, let us know.
And it definitely did not follow the Bram Stoker script.
Oh, no. No. That's definitely different. So it makes me wonder, were they trying to follow that? I didn't think so.
No, I didn't. I wasn't sure. But of course, some people on Twitter really thought that's where they were going. But
that would have been interesting, I guess. But who was Dracula's true love?
Right.
It wasn't exactly Bathory. It was just, that was more of a trolling thing. So
yep.
I don't know. That would have been weird. But let's jump into the finale. Episode 13, Novissima Solis. The team finally faces the Dark One in a treacherous battle that will affect the fate of humanity. That's an understatement.
Yeah.
Darkness has fallen across the land of DC. Day turns to night, and the Dark One has been restored. Vanessa and company are at Bathory's dead body as Axel and Jack argue over whether Bathory was good or not. Axel, this probably isn't the best time. I'm just saying.
No, yeah.
And Vanessa wonders if she was being controlled and rolls Bathory's body over only to discover the pentagram on the back of her neck.
Which explains everything.
Yeah, I kind of feel like that should have been the first thing they checked out. Jack knows about it. Why wouldn't she have looked?
Yeah, exactly.
Did she forget that fast?
Well, she has been asleep for a long time.
I guess. Jack tells him that the Dark One could still use that marking, but Vanessa decides they can use it to take advantage of it and cuts it out of Bathory. Ew. Ew. That's all I kept thinking. Now, we didn't get that, pulling darkness grabbing on. Thank God. Because
Jack, it wasn't the same.
Yeah, because when that happened, it was like, ooh,
yeah.
I'm going to lose it. And hey, Vanessa just slaps that right on her forearm. Now that's kind of gross. You're putting a dead woman's skin on you, but okay. But hey, it got the Dark One's attention.
Oh, yes, it did.
And Vanessa ends up reaching inside of the Dark One to talk to Olivia. And she tells Olivia, you must fight for control and be ready when I call. It's like, okay. You don't even know if that's really Olivia at this point. It could be the Dark One screwing around.
It sure could have been.
But the Dark One manages to regain control and wonders how the heck Vanessa was able to do that. For somebody who's so big and bad and has all these powers, you sure don't know a lot, do you?
Right.
But she manages to use her powers to determine that pentagram is what was being used and manages to knock Vanessa back. Jack, of course, knows the Dark One can track them and wants to cut that off of Vanessa.
Vanessa stops her because, no, I can control it. Famous last words is what I thought at that point.
Exactly.
Don't worry, I got this. It's like, oh, man, they're all going to die.
Yeah, but it did come in handy, maybe.
Violet does ask about the scroll, and it's like, hey, any chance that you know how to read this? And Vanessa's like, well, no, I can't read it. But when I helped take the darkness out of Bathory, I did kind of learn how to say the word. So
Right.
I guess if you can't read it, that's at least something, right?
Yep.
And we have our gang end up leaving that scene then and meet with the vice president to make sure everything's in place and ready to go. Weathers asks them what we need to do, and Axel informs, no, you have a special mission, and you're the new Secret Service, because Ivory leads Aaron and his father into the meeting. Okay, I feel like maybe the kid could have stayed at home or something.
Right, yeah. Well, he wasn't going to leave his dad. There's no way that was going to happen.
And I guess at this point, they'd both been healed or changed back since he was bitten. So there's no chance of him turning again.
Right.
I guess. I mean, everything seems to change with these episodes at the end.
Right. Yeah.
But we at least have that. And Weathers is like, Mr. President. I love it. I love that they're all surprised. It's like, have you not been paying attention? We've been talking about this.
Right.
Axel and Vanessa head down a secret stairway, I'd like to say, and they end up at a checkpoint where I'm thinking, great, they're going to get shot. But Axel's like, party of 5.
Yeah.
And of course, it's like, oh, great, they're on their side. So yay, make me happy. So as they're walking through, I love that too. They walk through, what is it, a metal detector?
Yes.
And I think it was Ivory first, and she's just like, oops.
Yeah.
Like,
that damn sword.
Yeah. Guess we're not too concerned about everything. But Axel does voice his concern. That's like, listen, we know that everything could go crazy. So the Dark One's pretty powerful. What are we going to do? And Vanessa's like, listen, don't worry. We have a plan and it'll work because Violet, Jack, and Ivory are going to be with us. And the girls will help me and I got this. And I'm just thinking, quit saying you got this. Quit saying you have a plan.
Right.
Because that's a surefire way for things to go pear-shaped.
Yes. Get Van Helsing.
Yeah, there we go. I keep forgetting we're using that as a verb. But as they're walking down the hall, going towards the White House, you would think they'd be going a little faster too, by the way.
Right.
Like, we're just like strolling down, like, doo-doo-doo, no big deal. Maybe hurry up. But Vanessa's arm starts to burn, and the Dark One knows where they are. Well, the Dark One also has a crystal ball that I don't know where that comes from. Sometimes it's there, sometimes it's not.
Right,
it just seems strange. But she conjures up a spell because I can't remember the exact word. I believe she says, like, if I can't
have the
be in
humans,
charge,
you can't either.
Oh, yeah, there. And then boom. And I'm thinking, did she just kill everybody?
Right. That's what I was thinking too. But no.
But no, everyone who hasn't been bit by Van Helsing is now a vampire. Oh, that's a neat trick.
Right.
Kind of shocked she hasn't used that one before.
Yeah.
This, of course, ends up changing the guards who were part of the new Secret Service. It's like, oh, crap on toast. So we have a really great fight scene end up going on in like the little tiny hallway.
Yeah.
It was giving me a headache, though, I will tell you, because of the strobing lights, but it made it seem all that more intense. And we have Vampire Diggs and Weathers, along with Vampire Vice President, deciding to go after the president and Aaron. Crap. Again, see, Vanessa, you got a little too cocky.
Right. And you would think that all three of them would know that they can't turn him into a vampire. Now, of course, I guess they think that they could kill him, so...
But, okay, and here's my big question mark. It was everybody who wasn't supposed to be bit by a Van Helsing, right?
Right.
The VP was bit by a Van Helsing.
Yep.
So why'd he turn?
Exactly.
Well,
no.
On us.
Let's see. No, the VP hadn't been turned.
Oh, so it's not unless they got bit to get changed back.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Now that makes more sense.
The 3 vamp that we have now I guess they don't realize now that they're a vamp that, them biting the VP and his son isn't going to do any good because they both have been bit by a Van Helsing.
Oh, okay. Because Violet had bit the vice president. That's why I'm like, wait a second.
Yeah. bit the president. She also
Yeah.
bit Aaron. So
Yeah, but when she was trying to prove to the vice president that she wasn't a vampire.
right, yeah, and that's
Why I
true.
was like,
That's
wait a
true.
second.
Yeah,
So
there's
yeah, but
another
if they hadn't had the vampire venom, I guess, in them.
prior, maybe it doesn't work. Yeah, another hand wave.
Yeah, well, think of it as anti-venom not working if you didn't have the venom.
Right.
But like we said, our little crew managed to beat all the vamps down in the hallway. And we have Davis and Aaron able to block the door so that they are kind of safe where they are. I have no idea. They're like in this huge underground kind of warehouse thing is what it seems like.
Right. Maintenance facility for the
Yeah. As
White
soon
House.
as Aaron says something like, I'm going to find a way out. I'm like, oh, man.
Yeah, this is not going to end well.
But we have Axel and Ivory leaving the group to go find the president. And Axel doesn't want to leave. And Vanessa's like, this isn't goodbye. I'm like, okay, Axel, you guys have come full circle with like every emotion at this point.
Right.
So I'm starting to get like, what's happening? Because you love her sister who died. So it's like, this would be weird. I was really hoping they weren't going to try to do something stupid.
Right.
We do get a shot of the Dark One feeling very pleased with herself. And then one of Vanessa and the girls continuing down the hallway. So we cut back to Davis and his son, who are safe for the time being. But Davis does grab a fireman's axe just in case. And Aaron is looking for a weapon as well. Why didn't you bring something with you?
Right.
Come on, guys. You're better than this. And Davis decides to reminisce some, saying that his son reminds him so much of his wife. And that's why we have to see this through. And that's when Aaron, who finds a screwdriver, I guess, as a weapon, not much of a weapon,
No.
but gets grabbed by Vampire Weathers. And she is telling Davis to open the door. And we cut away. It's like, son of a gun.
Yeah.
What are you doing? Because we're back to Axel and Ivory arguing over if they have a plan or not. And is the plan just going out in a blaze of glory? Probably not the best plan.
Right.
But of
that's
course,
Ivory's point of view.
yes, I'm like, those two, I feel like that's the only thing they could have been doing, like arguing over something like that anyway.
Yes, absolutely.
Ivory does manage to win, and as they go inside the building that they originally left, Ivory at least is taking point because she is not going to be affected if she gets hit by something the same way Axel will be. At least we don't think so.
Yeah. If she's
It's like,
Yeah,
I'm saying at this point, we don't know anything
right,
anymore.
yeah. Because when Bathory took her down, she was down for a 10 count at least.
Yeah, that's true. But she didn't die. So I mean,
Right. She didn't go down like Axel and Julius did with the orange
right.
stuff. So
We go back to Vanessa and the girls who've made it to the White House and they're headed to the Oval Office. And Vanessa stops because she hears something. And Violet's like, is it an ambush? Well, duh.
yeah.
Okay, come on. Weren't you in military school? Of course this is an ambush.
Yes.
And Vanessa's like, are you guys ready? Of course. Lead and we'll follow. It's like, ugh. All right. I feel like this just isn't getting the right sentiment around either because it just seemed so, I don't know, that just came off too cheesy, I guess.
Right. Yeah.
Come on, you guys, you're better than this. But hey, Delta Force greets them with gunfire inside the press room, and Vanessa pulls a fun little matrix trick that the Oracle had used and stopped all the bullets and ended up firing them back at the Delta Force and manages to push through to the door. It's like, oh, great.
Yeah, I love the way she was snapping necks left and right.
Oh my gosh. It's like, oh, we're not even trying to fix anybody now. Okay.
No. She's gone full dark mode.
Yeah. And I was kind of worried. I'm like,
yeah.
If she's dark now, what does this mean? But we go back to Davis and Aaron, who are trying to talk Weathers down because you're supposed to be one of us. And Davis is, I think he's trying to get through like pretty well because she's like, you don't know what it feels. It's like, yeah, we both do.
Right.
You can fight it. It's like, oh, okay. I don't know. This is a whole different kind of vampire thing, though.
Right.
She wasn't bit. It was the
yes.
dark one just like straight power into you and changing you.
Right.
But I thought it was stupid because Davis does put the axe down.
Yeah.
And it's like, please, you need to decide. And she actually fights it, pushes Aaron towards him, and it's like, you can go. It's like, ugh. But she's like trying to be a bodyguard still.
Right.
I don't know. I wouldn't have put the axe down myself.
Right. Not on your life.
No. It's like, yeah, great. You got through. For how long?
Right.
But back to the White House, and Vanessa and the girls are like, all right, we got this. So they round a corner, and there's more Delta Force. But like you said, she broke some necks.
Oh, yeah.
Much like, let me snap my fingers, and you're all dead. This just feels like she's going way more dark than she needs to.
Oh, absolutely.
And this could be really bad, is what I was thinking.
Right. It was odd that she goes, yeah, you can follow me or follow her. And it's like, whoa, hold on a minute here.
Yeah, it's like, oh, okay. Like, do I have a choice? Really?
Right.
Oh, no, I didn't do it fast enough. Guess not.
Yeah. And even the girls start to wonder a little bit in this moment.
And then when we have the cut to the dark one, where she's all like, oh, use the darkness all you want. And it's like, oh, crap. She knows, and she knows she's going bad. This could be horrible.
Yes.
Which way is this going?
Right, exactly.
But yet, instead, she just lets out a single breath, and the whole office door disappears. It's like, what?
Yeah.
What kind of weird power is that?
Yes, exactly.
And we go back to Davis and Aaron following Weathers. And of course, Aaron's like, is this a trap? Everything's a trap. Just believe that everything's a trap.
Yes, expect it.
Yeah. And Weathers ends up stopping because they hear growling and grabs Davis. And you think, oh, crap, she's going to bite him or something. But she kind of pushes him and she's like, I got this. And she's going to take care of the vamp with no freaking weapon. Maybe that axe would have come in handy at this point.
Right.
But unfortunately, Vampire Diggs comes through a door that they were headed to. And it's like, great, it's going to be over. But hey, Axel ends up coming through and blasts Diggs in the back and manages to have Davis and Aaron run on up and hopefully stay safe.
Right.
At least for now.
Yeah.
We go back to the White House and Vanessa tells the girls, I'm going to open a portal and trust me. I'm not sure how I feel about trust me. We're going through the Dark Realm portal. I've only been going totally dark for the last 20 minutes. Don't worry.
Right. Everything's fine. And you see Jack just kind of go, no, I don't want to go to the past again or the Dark Realm.
But they walk through with her.
Yeah, they do.
I guess you got to take a leap of faith. I wouldn't have.
Exactly.
And hey, they end up going right into the Oval Office. Why couldn't you use that portal beforehand?
Right.
Like, skip to the end. What, you only got like a really short tunnel? Is that what it is?
Right. Yeah. Avoid the tunnel altogether and they would have not had to deal with the rest of the humans getting vamped.
Right. So they pop in the Oval Office and Vanessa starts chanting the words from the scroll. And the Dark One is not surprised, but she takes Vanessa's voice from her, which that was surprising.
Yes, a little bit.
And of course, Violet in her enough's enough. Her and Jack end up charging the Dark One and, oh, surprise, surprise, get blasted down.
Right.
It's like, okay, you're not strong enough. So
No.
Don't that. But then we have the Dark One go full villain and start monologuing.
Yeah.
I've known about yours and Bathory's mental connection, and you once swore to me that you take your own children's life. And it's like, oh, this is only going to get better.
Right.
Because next thing we know, Vanessa gets up and grabs a sword and starts walking towards Violet and puts the sword to her throat. And of course, Vanessa's fighting, but until Violet calls her mom and regains control, it seems that all was going to be lost.
Right. Yeah, it looked like this was not going to be an ending anybody was going to be happy with.
It would have definitely been a surprise.
Oh, absolutely.
And who was it? Vanessa or Violet ends up finally getting through to Olivia?
No, it was Vanessa. As soon as
Vanessa.
Yeah, as soon as Violet calls her mom, Vanessa takes that brief second of being out of the Dark One's control and calls on Olivia.
Olivia does make her appearance finally. Yay, gathers control. And Jack remembers that, well, hey, Mom, you need to keep chanting too. So can we get on with this?
Yeah.
It's like, hey, Jack, yeah, can you keep going? So Vanessa tells the girls to bite her. And as they go to the Dark One, Violet tells Jack to open the amulet and bite her. It's like, except the Dark One is screaming at a pitch that happens to break the amulet and knock the girls out.
Right.
Vanessa doesn't stop chanting, though, and the girls are still trying to figure out what to do. And Violet tells Jack to bite her, and we'll trap the darkness like we did before, but we have no idea how. So, again, I'm like, how is this going to work? Is she going to, like, fight her, and like one of the girls have to sacrifice themselves, so they have to split it between all three of them. What's the deal?
Right.
But Vanessa's like, no, it's not your burden to carry. It's like, wait, what?
Yeah.
Because I had dreams while I was in the dark realm and there's no other path. And you're the weapons, but I'm the vessel. It's like, what? Is she going to do what I think she's going to do?
Yeah, she is.
So they bite her, and the Dark One is telling Vanessa, you can't control me. I'm immortal. Let's get some more monologue and make you feel bad. But then when Jack lets go of the darkness, it goes into Vanessa.
Yep.
And it's like, wait, what? And as we're watching this, we go back to Axel and Ivory. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Seriously? Now is when you want to do that? No. But of course, Axel and Ivory are awesome and get the president and his son to safety, but they hear growls. And Axel's all like, all right, blaze glory time. And we're thinking this could be it, but they can't be it, right? It can't be. That wouldn't make sense.
Yeah.
And just as the vamps break through, the sunlight appears and the vamps drop to the ground. And Axel's like, well, I wasn't expecting that. I didn't know the light at the end of the tunnel could actually be a light at the end of the tunnel.
Great line.
And as more sunlight enters the building, the vamps return back to human. So I guess it's a good thing they didn't kill some of them.
Right.
Some.
Yeah.
But back at the Oval Office, we see Violet and Jack finally regain, I guess, full awareness. And Violet goes to check on Vanessa. And Olivia ends up waking up and recognizes Jack and asks about the Dark One. And is she safe now? And I'm just like, I don't believe this.
Right. Yeah.
But Jack's like, yes, you're safe now. Again, Jack, I don't know. I just felt like you're a little too trusting a lot of times. So I don't know if I believe this.
Right.
And Vanessa moves her hand a little.
Right.
And the darkness, like all that weird venomy looking stuff, like goes away from her eyes. And the blackness leaves her eyes. And Jack asks about the Dark One. And Vanessa's like, it's inside, but it's not controlling me. And Violet, of course, is like, we'll find another vessel. And Vanessa just says, it's the only way. And I'm like, did she just die?
Right.
Because Jack's like, don't go. And Vanessa's like, I'll always be with you. And it's like, come on.
Right.
They did not just kill her, right?
Yes. It sure looked that way, didn't it?
I'm like, this is the crappiest ending.
Exactly.
I was like so mad at that point.
Yeah.
But then we get to see like the aftermath. Who knows how far we're fast forwarding. Davis is giving a speech and how the nation's reborn and the people are reborn. And we see Axel, which it took me a minute to realize it was Axel.
Yeah. Because we've never seen him in dress uniform, that's for sure.
Yeah, he did not shave though.
No.
So still technically out of uniform, but full dress uniform, sitting there very uncomfortable.
Yes.
And he gets called to the podium by the president and is given the Medal of Honor. And Davis asks if there's anything he can do for him. And Axel pauses and says, well, there is one thing. And I was really wondering what the heck that was going to be.
Right.
Because then we get like pulled away and we see Jack talking to Ivory and you're thinking, oh, okay, things are going well. Why do they look a little tense?
Right.
Because Jack's like, we can start living again. And Ivory's like, yeah, that's what I want. But so it's like everything before the but is BS. Sorry.
Yeah.
Because the visions and the voices in my head, I know it's a sisterhood. What? So Ivory's like, yeah, I have to go find them and we need to change them back. And I need to do it alone. What?
Yeah.
After everything that's been happening, you're like, I need to go alone and change everything?
Right.
How? Don't you need Jack or Violet to bite them anyway?
Exactly. Yeah, I don't know how Ivory thinks she's going to be able to change any sisterhood vamps that she runs across.
Yeah, and when the Dark One was taken down, did everybody change back from vamps or only the ones that were blasted with the power?
We don't know. Ivory doesn't know, so she's just going to go look and see.
I'm just going to go take a peek. It's fine. But Jack tells her that, okay, I guess this is goodbye. And Ivory's like, when I step out of the darkness and into the light, this is when things changed and you found me. So my feelings will never change. It's like, I'm sorry. I still think that's kind of a crappy ending for Jack.
Right.
Because Jack's like, I'll be here as long as it takes. Like, all right, that just sucked. Poor Jack.
I know.
I wasn't expecting happy endings all around, but I was expecting them to at least have, I don't know, a little bit of happiness.
Right.
Like breathing room. I don't know.
Yeah, stick around for a month before you go.
Right. But we end up back with Ivory about to head out, having a conversation with a female about the possibilities of there still being vampires out there and bad people that were there before the Rising. And Ivory's determined to make things right. And I thought she said something like, "You're awful talkative for Coyote."
Right, yes.
But it turns out she was talking to Callie. I'm like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
What? I'm like so confused. Like, it's been a minute. So is that, I don't want to say person, but whatever. Is Callie real, or is Callie supposed to be Coyote?
I think that was the actual Callie. I really do.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that little girl survived.
Yeah, that's been how many seasons at this point?
Yeah.
Like, I don't even remember when we seen her last.
I think it was probably late in season 2.
And when she calls her Coyote, this is where I got confused too. Was she supposed to be a coyote sneaking people over the border, or was she supposed to be Coyote like the god?
No, I think it was more of the Coyote tunnels.
Oh, okay.
Reference. So yeah, Callie was probably one of them that helped lead people in and out of DC through the tunnel.
Okay. Because I was thinking when she was talking to her that it was Coyote the god. That's why I'm like,
yeah.
Oh, okay. So I was really confused with that.
Right. But it looked like Ivory was about to walk into the orange herself, because that looked awful decimated and awful orange.
Yeah, just a big nothingness. So
Right.
who knows?
Yeah, it looked like the remnants of a nuclear holocaust.
Yeah. That's why I said it looked so different from DC, so that was weird.
Right. And it was different from how they came through to get to DC even.
Right. Well, that's why I was thinking maybe it was a whole different city.
Maybe.
But who knows at this
Because,
point.
yeah, Callie was standing there by a Humvee. So, yeah, maybe Callie took her even further away from DC. It's very possible. We don't know.
So for more craziness, we get to go back to Jack and Violet, who are with Olivia, and they've all dedicated themselves to teaching her about the new world. And yeah, you're a little out of time. So
Just a little.
Let's show you everything that's going on. I'm kind of surprised that she wasn't able to keep some of the memories from the Dark One to know how things progress.
Right.
But she didn't seem so freaked out, so.
No.
And then don't they tell her at this point that they're actually related to her too?
Yes.
So it's like, you're not alone. We're family. It's like, all right, that's not confusing, but okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Your baby is my ancestor.
Right. And, well, full circle, because Axel apparently had asked to be put on guard duty for comatose Vanessa, and Sleeping Beauty is coming right back, because just like in the premiere, apparently he's talking to her, "I'm not ready to give up on you just yet."
Yep.
And Vanessa apparently is not too ready to give up on everything, because we see Vanessa's eyes moving like under her closed eyes.
Right.
And he does say, "All right, Sleeping Beauty, what's next?" I think is basically how he put it.
Right.
But we get to go inside Vanessa's head.
Yep.
And I was really thinking it was going to be like her constantly fighting the Dark One or something.
True.
And I was a little worried. But instead, we see her old apartment and some interesting company show up. Susan comes through the door, and of course she's like, "Wait, what's going on?" It's like, "Well, I waited for you." She's like, "Somebody else is here for you." And turn around, and Dylan's there. And you see a
Right.
grown-up Dylan, so at least they weren't trying to make her still look like a kid.
Right.
And Vanessa's like, "Is this real?" And Susan tells her the illusion is as real as you want it to be, which kind of worried me, because I'm like, is her eyes going to go black or something? Like, I'm
Right,
totally expecting
exactly,
something
yeah.
to happen.
Yep.
So I guess she can stay there and be the vessel holding on to the Dark One forever, and maybe not fight her, but I don't know. I
Right.
don't know.
Yeah.
I just didn't feel like this was like the best ending that they could have done.
Right.
I don't know what I wanted. I don't know. What did you think? Like, was this what if you had been the one writing the ending, that you would have done?
I don't think so. I think I probably would have kept Bathory alive and actually gone through the process. Of course, there was going to be things that were going to go wrong, but at least have Vanessa in one piece instead of back to Sleeping Beauty again, having to live in a illusion just to keep the Dark One at bay.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, it's hard to see that Vanessa's getting a happy ending out of this.
Right. I mean, I have my daughter here and my best friend, and it's like, but you don't have all of your daughters. You don't have everything. So
Right.
Yeah, I don't know. But anyway, it was a heck of a ride.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it was very interesting. We got 5 seasons out of this. Like I said, I still haven't found the comic book. I swear I looked and I don't see it at my local comic book store. So I don't know if it's not something that's still in print.
Right.
Or if I'm going to have to find like old issues or something. So if anyone knows about that, yeah, let us know. But I don't know. Except for the way this kind of came down. And I'm like, at least we got an ending.
True.
Because there's so many shows we don't.
Yes.
Just because I wasn't super excited about the ending doesn't mean crap.
Right.
Okay?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because-
From sci-fi, what? We've had Van Helsing, Winona, The Magicians, and Killjoys are the only shows out of 20 at least that we've podcasted on that actually got a closing final episode. So,
well, I don't know. I have to say Channel Zero, those all ended.
well, yeah, it's true because they were basically a single season.
Those were so weird.
Single story season.
Yes. I hope that we're going to get some great shows. Like, I know some of our upcoming shows, we have a new season for Resident Alien. So that's awesome. We have Surreal Estate coming.
And it's been pretty good, what we've seen in the screeners.
And Chucky, which I don't know how that's going to play out. That'll be interesting.
Yes.
But I'm really hoping we get some awesome shows, and I look forward to what's coming. And hopefully we have some of these actors popping up in some of our other shows or directing or producing, because they've been great. And I love having all of these people on screen. So here's hoping to what to come for everybody. So you know how we feel about this. Why don't you tell us how you feel? Shoot us an email at sci-fi-talk@fangirlzone.com. While you're at it, rate and review us on iTunes and every other platform you find us on, because good ratings and reviews help other fans of the show find us. Tell your friends about all of the shows. They can binge watch everything now, and hopefully they will be happy and maybe come up with a different ending. I don't know. Tell us what you think. And don't forget to check www.fangirlzone.com, our contacts page, for all of the ways you can get a hold of us. And I can't wait to tweet along with people for the next new adventure that we have coming out. So for this episode of Sci-Fi Talk, I am Sean Fangirl S.
And I'm Steve. I told you, she leveled up.
And until next time.